Hi Cancer, this is your February 2022 spiritual reading. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Alright, we have She Who Becomes, Metamorphosis, Transcend, Journey. And we have She Who Regrets, Battle, Victory, Bitterness. We have number 19, Naz, Feel Loved and Proud. And number 9, Euphoria, Honor Yourself. All right. We have Wreath, Honor. And it's funny because I tried pulling cards for you guys and then I just wasn't in a good place to do your reading. But honored, this card did come out, Honor Yourself. And now you guys have Wreath, Honor. Let's see. Wow, and we had Armor here, Battle, and Armor, Boundaries. Interesting. Okay, bottom of the deck we have Innocence. It feels like you guys are going through something very intense that's triggering a significant transformation in you. And it feels like you also went through, like there's a part of your life that you distinctly remember that kind of took away your innocence and your just seeing the world with pure, loving eyes. We have She Who Regrets, Battle, Victory, Bitterness, and Armor. Something happened. You guys experienced something in your life that really caused you to create boundaries and not let the world in and not be so open and unconditionally loving and understanding and compassionate about the world as you were prior to this. And it feels like, this feels very, very long time ago. It could have even been in your childhood. And it feels like at this point in your spiritual journey, you're finally healing that. And you're taking off that armor, putting down those boundaries, letting that pain go, letting those regrets go. Like putting down your weapons and your armor and becoming who you were before you had to protect yourself and before you had to be on defense against the world. You're returning to that childlike innocence and purity at this point in your life. And you're doing that because you know, like this, being very protective of yourself and being very closed off and just creating these boundaries, shutting off parts of yourself, shutting off your emotions, not, dealing with them isn't you. You guys are Cancer. You're ruled by the moon. You rule emotion, sensitivity, compassion. And if you find that you've had to shut that off for a while, it's a very, very valid reason you were protecting yourself, but now you're kind of realizing that, okay, it's time for me to be myself again and let my light shine and be who I came here to be. And you're stepping back into that unconditional love for yourself, for the world, for everyone around you, whether or not they deserve it. And you're proud of it. And you're honoring that that's, you're the part of the collective that is like that true divine mother energy. You would never, throw away a child for misbehaving. Like, you guys have that greater understanding and compassion that a lot of people around you might not understand. They might think like, oh wow, you're letting these people walk over you, you're just making excuses for them, but you're not. You're actually seeing it from a very divine perspective, from a very grand perspective. And you kind of, at this point, when you get to that point, when you do transcend these boundaries that you've created, and you step back into your softness, you're not gonna care what anyone thinks. You're honoring yourself, you're honoring your soul, and you know that's one of the greatest parts of you in this life. And you're stepping back into it, and you're realizing that softness isn't weakness, it's actually power. The most courageous act is to remain soft in a world that makes so many people hard and cold. Let's see. We have the Ace of Earth. Yeah, you're having a whole new experience of life again. You guys, again, it's like you came a certain way, something happened, certain experiences caused you to disassociate with parts of yourself, block off aspects of yourself, protect yourself, become hard even though that's not your nature. And now it's like you've experienced that for a very, very long time, it seems. And now you're gonna experience the world again from that purity and from that innocence that you were born with, and that love, and you're letting your soul shine through, and you're not blocking it, you're not being protective of yourself. Not in a bad way, you still have healthy boundaries, but it doesn't feel like these boundaries before were too healthy. It's like for example, I know someone in my life who, she is a Pisces 12th house. Like, she is here to be this vessel for the divine. Like, she's meant to be so spiritual, and when she was younger she had very powerful spiritual gifts that scared her, and she decided to shut them off. And they weren't scary, it's just she didn't want to feel that different. And like, the path that she's taken is so off from the one she's destined for. And I always wonder if like this shift is something she'll ever make, of like stepping back into her soul's purpose. She hasn't yet, but it feels like you guys are doing that. So whatever it was that caused you to, choose to go in a different direction, you're at this point in your spiritual journey where you want to honor your soul's purpose again, and honor your destiny, and get back on the path. We have the Queen of Water. Yeah, you guys are Cancer. You are this Queen of Water, of emotion, compassion, spirituality, empathy, mother. Like, you really embody this divine mother, divine feminine energy, and you're stepping back into it fully. You're not, this warrior. She, like, if you want to think about archetypes, especially, I really like Greek archetypes, so we're going to go with that. But there's the warrior archetype, of course, but she is more of an Athena. So it's like you've chosen to become this warrior and become very shielded and armored, and become a Queen of Swords, when you're meant to be a Queen of Cups. You're meant to, this isn't your path, but you've had to pick up that archetype and awaken it in order to protect yourself. And now it's like you're putting that armor, it's like that armor was this warrior archetype, and now you're putting it away, and you're letting yourself shine through. You're really stepping back into this Queen of Cups energy. Your experience, it's not even that your world is going to change, but it's like your experience of it is going to change. How you respond to it is changing. It feels like a completely new world again, even if nothing is changing for you. You're seeing it through new eyes. You're seeing it through a new body. We have the King of Water. And what's interesting is because you're choosing to realign with yourself, and remove these blockages and remove this protection that you've created to not let your soul, not let your light shine through fully, you're going to be attracting to you everyone that's meant to be in your life. And especially, it feels like for you guys, there is part of your spiritual journey is a very powerful love connection that you're meant to be experiencing. And it's like you and this person haven't been able to find each other in this life because you want to, well, whether it's just you or this person as well, weren't aligned and weren't allowing your light to shine through, so you weren't able to hear each other and see each other. Even if you guys have been in contact before or live in the same area, energetically you weren't able to see each other because you've been blocking off your true energy. And now that you're releasing it, now that you're being fully and truly yourself, you guys are gonna find each other. And again, it feels like for some of you, you and this person may have crossed paths so many times and not been drawn to one another, not seen each other, until now. It's like all of a sudden this time it's like, whoa, I'm so drawn to someone. Like everything in your body is like awakening, calling you, telling you to move towards this person. It's a very powerful connection. Divine counterparts, King and Queen of Cups. This person could also be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio. Feels like a Pisces though. Hierophant, marriage. Yeah, you guys, and it's a very divine union. So of course in the physical world it can lead to marriage, but you guys are, your destinies involve each other. You guys are, it's like two souls that are meant to come together, that are meant to somehow empower each other. Could be a twin flame energy as well, where it's like one soul and two bodies. So the moment you guys find each other, your lives change. Things line up for you. Your destiny opens up to you. Hierophant, yeah, you guys are here for a very significant spiritual reason, a spiritual destiny, and you're here together. You guys, before incarnating, you chose to do this life with each other. And it happens that now that's opening up because you're choosing to become yourself again and to take off that armor and to get back in touch with parts of yourself that you may have shut down and put to sleep. We have the Fool. You guys, it's a completely new beginning, completely new world that you're going to be experiencing. Everything's going to change for you because you're going through this transformation and because you're choosing to realign with yourself and not be afraid anymore, not be living based on fear and living based on that pain and trauma that you may have experienced that caused you to become very protective of yourself. Yeah, your life is about to change in the most beautiful, beautiful way because you're letting your true beauty shine. You're loving yourself and loving the world, and you're not afraid anymore. You're so brave and you're so courageous. This is a very, very beautiful reading. I'm gonna get a little bit of information on what this armor is, only because for some of you, where you feel like you're still here, but you do feel ready and called to let it go and to take that off, like how you can do that, how you can go about letting that go. We have the 8 of Swords and the King of Cups. Yeah, it's fear of opening up your heart completely again, becoming vulnerable. Because if you're going to take down that armor that's surrounding your heart, there's a possibility that you could get hurt But it's like you're at this point where you're realizing that life isn't just supposed to be like fun and painful. It's like there are cycles, like things come and go, and you're kind of seeing the value in everything in life. And it feels like you guys are very wise and so mature now that you're able to look back in your life and kind of see that the most painful things that happened to you ended up being the greatest blessings, ended up changing and transforming you in the most beautiful way and helping you learn and grow and become more yourself. And because of that, you're willing to open yourself up again, and you're not afraid of getting hurt because you don't see it as a negative thing anymore. You understand that everything is happening for you and is there to help you, and you just have to be able to see it from the divine perspective and see the message and purpose of it. You're not afraid. The way you're letting that armor go is putting away that fear. We have the Page of Swords and the 10 of Cups. And a lot of you, you've been very conflicted when it comes to love. It's like there's a part of you that wants to open up yourself again, but every time you meet someone, you're kind of realizing that you're actually not. You're the one who's shut off, and you're the one who's creating excessive boundaries. And even when there are no red flags, like even when you're safe, you're still pushing people away. And there's something may have happened, an experience you have, an aha moment where you're realizing, wow, I'm doing this. I'm the one that's pushing people away because I'm not willing to open up my heart. I'm afraid of getting hurt again. But again, you're kind of realizing like that's part of life, and it's not a negative. Everything is a blessing. Everything is here to help me and to show me something. And a lot of you, again, this transformation gets triggered because you are finally realizing that I'm actually ready for love, and I want to open up myself. I want to open up my heart and let people in and love unconditionally and be loved. And that for you guys is the trigger to removing that armor, removing those intense boundaries and protection that you have surrounding you. And again, it's going to pay off in the most beautiful, beautiful way. You're going to meet the one, like not the one in like love, the way we talk about it in the 3D world. It's like the one, like your spiritual partner, your spiritual soulmate, the one that you're destined to experience life with. You guys are coming together. You guys are going to have this union, and it feels like once you guys meet, it's like the both of you until the end. There's no one else. You guys will spend the rest of your lives together, and you guys will, it's like when you guys come together, your lives change drastically. Again, because they're the door to your destiny, something very grand that you're meant to achieve and that you're meant to experience, couldn't open before the two of you met. And so when you meet, that door opens and this new journey begins, this completely new world, a whole new path that you guys are going to be walking. And it's like every card that pops out for you here was beautiful and powerful, and you're really stepping into your divinity, and you're going to see the value in that and how incredible life is when you're willing to be yourself and when you do let your light shine. All right, Cancer, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.